In the summer of 1996, a man fleeing from a nameless fear embarked on a chaotic journey across countries, leaving behind a trail of confusion and paranoia. Blair Adams, a 31-year-old construction worker, believed someone was after him, yet he never said who or why. His death in a Knoxville parking lot under bizarre and unexplained circumstances remains a chilling, unsolved mystery. Who or what was Blair running from, and how did it all end in such tragedy? Blair Adams was a hard-working man from Surrey, British Columbia, known for his friendly demeanor and reliability. To his friends and family, he appeared to be living an ordinary, stable life, but in the weeks leading up to his death, everything changed. Blair began exhibiting strange behavior. He told close friends that someone was out to kill him. He didn't explain who or why, but his growing paranoia was evident. He became restless, avoiding his home and frequently changing his plans. Something was clearly haunting him, but no one could have guessed where it would lead. On July 5, 1996, Blair abruptly withdrew all his savings from the bank, over $6,000 in cash. He also emptied a safety deposit box, taking gold, platinum, and jewelry. It was clear he was preparing to flee, but where and from whom? Blair first attempted to cross into the United States at the Canadian border, but his erratic behavior raised suspicions. Customs officers turned him away when they discovered his large stash of cash, suspecting possible illegal activity. After this setback, Blair's plans became even more erratic. He purchased a round-trip ticket to Frankfurt, Germany, but he never boarded the flight. Instead, on July 9th, he rented a car and successfully crossed the U.S. border. What happened next would only deepen the mystery. Blair's journey across the U.S. was anything but straightforward. After driving to Seattle, he abandoned his car at the airport and purchased a one-way ticket to Washington, D.C. From there, he rented another car and began driving south, eventually arriving in Knoxville, Tennessee. Throughout his trip, witnesses described Blair as agitated and disoriented. He frequently changed his plans, appearing unsure of where he was going or why. In Knoxville, he entered a hotel lobby and rented a room but left shortly after without staying the night. What was Blair searching for or running from? And why Knoxville, a city where he seemingly had no connections? On the morning of July 11, 1996, Blair Adams' lifeless body was discovered in a hotel parking lot near Interstate 40. He was half naked, his shirt and pants removed. Surrounding him were his scattered belongings, cash, gold, jewelry, all untouched. Blair had suffered severe internal injuries, blunt force trauma to his stomach, which ruptured his internal organs. Yet there was no weapon at the scene and his injuries didn't match a typical assault. Adding to the mystery, his car keys were found hours later on the roof of a nearby building. The scene raised more questions than answers. Witnesses reported seeing Blair talking to an unidentified man the night before his death. His injuries suggested he had been struck with great force, but investigators found no signs of a struggle. The presence of Blair's cash and valuables ruled out robbery as a motive, and then there was the puzzling detail of his car keys. Why were they on a roof, far from where his body was found? These clues painted a picture of chaos but offered no clear explanation. Over the years, countless theories have been proposed to explain the mysterious death of Blair Adams. Murder. Some believe Blair was killed by the very people he feared. Was he being followed? The lack of defensive wounds complicates this theory, but it doesn't rule out the possibility of foul play, paranoia, and mental illness. Others suggest Blair may have been suffering from an undiagnosed mental illness. His erratic behavior, sudden fear, and belief that he was being hunted could point to paranoia or schizophrenia. But could this alone explain his death? A drug-related incident. While Blair had no known history of drug use, some speculate he may have gotten involved with dangerous individuals during his journey. This could explain the violence and chaotic nature of the scene. A random attack. Could Blair have been the victim of a random act of violence? If so, why was nothing stolen? And why was there no weapon or evidence of a struggle? The case of Blair Adams leaves behind haunting questions. Who or what was Blair running from? Why did he travel thousands of miles in a state of panic? And what happened in those final moments in the Knoxville parking lot? Blair's story has captured the imaginations of true crime enthusiasts for decades. Some believe he uncovered something he wasn't supposed to, becoming a target of powerful forces. Others think his fear and paranoia led him down a tragic path of self-destruction. Without new evidence, the truth remains frustratingly out of reach. Blair Adams' death is a chilling reminder of how fragile the human mind can be under stress, and how quickly an ordinary life can spiral into chaos. Over 25 years later, his case remains unsolved, a puzzle that continues to baffle investigators and haunt those who hear it. What do you think happened to Blair Adams? Was he the victim of foul play, or did his own fears lead to his demise? Let us know your theories in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more stories of true crime and the unexplained.